And welcome back to our Transfer Tuesdays video. Now, in this video, we look at the top 5 players that have been linked with Newcastle United from the past week. Now, if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into today's video. And Newcastle United will reportedly be offered the chance to sign Gabriel Barbosa this summer. Now, Gabriel Barbosa has been a Newcastle target in the past. He was first linked with Newcastle back in 2019 when he was shining at the Club World Cup that was eventually won by Liverpool. That was when he was on loan at Flamengo, having struggled to have an impact at Inter Milan. However, playing in South America has been a different story for Barbosa. The 25-year-old has scored more than 100 goals since his move to Flamengo, leading to constant links over a move back to Europe. He was a January target at the start of the year following the change of ownership, with Eddie Howe looking to add more firepower to his squad. It was even reported that he wanted to join Newcastle and link up with Joe Linton. Now, it looked like Hugo Ekitike was going to be the striker Newcastle get, but that deal appears to be in doubt. The Magpies will be looking at alternatives, making this potentially a perfect storm. Newcastle United reportedly may now make an official proposal to sign Porto winger Pepê in the next coming days. Now, Pepê is a player who is starting to make a name for himself in European football, breaking into Porto's first team after shining in Brazil with Grêmio. He is even protected by a whopping 60 million release clause. However, Porto could do a deal for less, as they reportedly sold Fabio Vieira to Arsenal earlier this month for less than his release clause. Even though Pepê is clearly a player with a lot of promise, having helped Porto win the domestic cup double in Portugal last season, he could be a very expensive, even with a below, release clause deal. The Brazilian scored just 4 goals and made 4 assists in the League of Portugal last term, numbers that do not really stand out on paper for a title-winning team. And at the age of 25 years old, he's not exactly a young prospect still learning his craft. Nonetheless, it is still very early in the window, and so Newcastle should be looking at other targets right now, in my opinion. And Arsenal and Newcastle are leading the race to land Napoli midfielder Fabian Ruiz this summer, according to reports in Italy. The 25-year-old who joined the Italian Giants from Real Betis for 27 million in 2018 is set to enter the final year of his contract. The Magpies had their £42 million bid rejected just 6 months ago and now have the chance to sign him on a cut price deal. Ruiz featured in 32 league matches and scored 7 goals as Napoli finished third behind AC Milan and Inter in Serie A. Given the interest in his signature from their Premier League rivals who can also offer him European football, the Magpies simply need to get this deal if Ruiz is seriously a target for Howe. Eddie Howe, Newcastle United want to sign Armando Broja from Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea side this summer. The report has claimed that Newcastle have now made a formal inquiry to Premier League rivals Chelsea, who spent last season on loan at Southampton from Chelsea, after failing to persuade fellow striker Hugo Ekitike to leave Reims for St James's Park this summer. Now, Broja made 21 starts and 11 substitute appearances in the Premier League for Southampton last season. The striker scored 6 goals in those games. West Ham United have also expressed their interest in the 20-year-old, described as clinical by Newcastle United legend Alan Shearer. Everton forward Richarlison is reportedly a target for Newcastle United if they miss out on Hugo Ekitike. CBS Sports journalist Ben Jacobs revealed the Magpies are considering a swoop for the Brazilian international, who was one of Everton's standout performers last season. Now, he's a player that is available in the market, and there are few clubs that are currently looking at him. Newcastle United are considering a swoop as well if they don't get Ekitike. What will be interesting with Richarlison is where his level of ambition lies. Now, if he joins Newcastle, he'll be well compensated and he'll be joining a new project from the ground up. And he will be the focal point. Callum Wilson is 30 and Chris Wood clearly isn't the answer if Newcastle want to be challenging for Champions League football and beyond. Now, let's not forget there are some Brazilians at Newcastle that he knows And if he's friendly with particularly Bruno and Joe Linton as well, it could work out well for him. For me, this is a player that I do not want at the Newcastle United. I want him as far away as possible. I don't like his attitude, his playing style, just everything about him just kind of riles me up. He's one of these players that thinks he's the big star of the team, but never really performs. And for me, that is a recipe for disaster. And that's it for Transfer Tuesdays. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments who you would like to see in a Newcastle shirt from those I have mentioned today. Now, I will see you all again next week for our Transfer Tuesdays. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more Newcastle United news.